Having to go to the hospital is bad enough. Now we have to worry about some creep taking pictures of us while we're fighting for our lives in the emergency room. Then they go and post it on Myspace. Oh yeah, this happened at the University of New Mexico, a hospital in Albuquerque. 2 workers were fired. I mean, this is sick. How could hospital workers take advantage of people at their most vulnerable moments? What next? Do we have to post an armed guard by our loved one's bedside so they're not violated in some way? It's infuriating. Joining us to talk about it, trial attorney Andrew Smiley specializes in medical malpractice and handles patients' rights cases as well. Andrew, good seeing you again. All right, let's talk about this. Yeah, thanks again for being with us. 2 employees fired. I mean, is that it? Can't they face some criminal charges here?
They can. The hospital, as well as the individuals who did it, can face criminal penalties. There's actually laws that the government has instituted to protect patients' privacy rights, which this applies to. It's called the HIPAA law. A lot of people have heard about it. It stands for Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act. And basically, you can't, aside from taking pictures, you can't release any information about a patient at a hospital without written authorization from that patient. And if you do, like they did here, the hospital can get fined and the individuals can get criminal penalties depending on the degree of what they release.
Yeah, I just hope they throw the book at him. Doesn't look like it, though. This is a statement from the hospital. It's the University of New Mexico Hospital. It's from a spokesman saying, our employees just should know better, and those who felt they didn't know better, they're gone. Gosh, I just don't think that's enough for me. And two were fired. 5 or 6 knew about it and were involved, knew about it and didn't report it. Shouldn't they be fired as well, Andrew?
Well, depending on the extent of their involvement, maybe they should. To the hospital's credit, I actually think they did more than you'd normally expect. Usually you hear them covering themselves, saying, oh, we don't know how this happened, we'll look into it. Here they sent a strong message. They said, look, our patients' privacy is important. We will protect it at all extremes. We are firing these people. We are investigating it. And it sounds to me like they're doing the right thing actually here, and I'm not one to go to bat for hospitals.
Well, as long as they're prosecuting or pursuing the justice to the fullest extent of the law. Okay, I'm with you on that. Let's get a couple calls in. I think we have some other stories to get to. Hopefully, these are isolated. Or are they, or not? Or is this happening more than we want to admit?
You know what? I think it's happening more than we want to talk about. The reality is a hospital is no place to get better. It's no place to be. You go there when you have to, and then you need to get out and get home with your loved ones. If you have to be in a hospital or a facility like Bill was in, you have to do your best to try and call upon your friends, your family, somebody to be your advocate, somebody to sit in that room next to you to either watch your back, watch your belongings, and go get help when you need it. Because as we all know, when you ring that call button, they usually don't show up.
We've got to get to that degree? We've got to stand by their loved one's bedside? It's to that point?
I think so. It's a sad commentary, but you don't know how many stories I hear about people who say, you know what, my loved one was in bed and screaming for help and no one responded and no one did anything. And, I had to go track somebody down and bring somebody. And if you don't have somebody there to watch the medications they're giving you, because they'll give you the wrong medications or the wrong food, it's a dangerous place to be in a hospital.
Let's get one more call in. Melinda in Georgia. Melinda, what's your story on this?
Well, actually, I'm having surgery tomorrow, and the surgery center that I am going to, a lot of information was given to me incorrectly. And, of course, it's nobody's fault but mine, and there's no personal responsibility whatsoever. There's no management. The managers don't take care, and it's just basically the patients are on your own. You have to do the best that you can. You have to hope that your doctor's good, and you really have to hold your breath because there's absolutely no confidence being built at all by any kind of health system.
Well, Melinda, you're in our prayers. We pray things go well for you with your surgery.
Good luck, Melinda.
Yeah, exactly. Andrew, what about that? So, it's nerve-wracking enough, and we go into a hospital with just natural fears as it is. Now we have to worry about this? No one's there to tell us everything's going to be okay? We're not going to steal your stuff?
Yep, it's rampant. And the problem is that, these hospitals are understaffed. The few people that are the social workers or the administrators that are supposed to be handling these issues, they just can't handle it. And sometimes they try, but they don't do a good job. They can't get to everybody. And the reality is you need somebody there to help you out, just another person, because when you're going under the knife or you're going in for treatment, you're in no position to start evaluating your situation. You need somebody to help you.
That's what gets me, and I'm sure many of our viewers. We are at our most vulnerable state, and we got to worry about this. Andrew, keep fighting the fight, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Good seeing you.
You too.